Hey guys, this is Mark. In this video, I will demonstrate how you can programmatically retrieve users' geographic or GPS location and then do something with it. For example, putting a marker on the map to display where that user location is. Alternatively, you can run some searches in the database for anything that is of a point of interest for that user, such as ride-sharing cars or restaurants or whatever. So you will figure it out how you can use that information and what it is for. But retrieving user location information is quite important, especially if you're building an application that is user-centric, where the user is placed into the center of the application, as it exactly should be. Now, what I will do is I will put Google Map component into my page, because what I will want to do is once the location of me in this case is obtained, then I just want to put a marker indicating where I am. And to retrieve my location, I will go right into page logic, specifically on page enter. So it will be one of the very first things that happens when I load this application, is my location will be retrieved. And in here, what I will do is use the set property in, and I will set it in page data, and the property name will be my location. The value is going to be, if you go into device API, you will see that there is a get current geolocation. Use this, and that's all it takes. The browser, if you're running in a browser, will ask for permission to retrieve the location. Once you give the permission, then the location will be retrieved and will be placed into page data. So at this point, once it is in page data, it's going to be a matter of just visualizing it or executing some functions. And this will work just like in data binding. So if you have some other components listening on this data binding, the moment when this location information is placed into page data at this property in my case, then you can start executing various other events and functions and logic. And the location information here will contain LAT and LNG properties, just like everything else that can be rendered on the map. So now let's switch to our map component, and let's go into the markers logic. And in here, we will just add the logic to check if the data is there. So this checks if my location is present in page data, or to be precise, is not present, because it checks against null. So if it is not present, then there are no markers, and this will be done by returning an empty list. Otherwise, if it is present, then we're going to create a list with just one element. That will be the location of the user, just like this. So we get the location, put it in the list, and the markers logic returns it. That's all it takes. However, the marker will be there, and the map will not recenter to that location. So if I run it now, I think it will show California by default, San Francisco. So I will need to zoom out to see that marker. So let's run it first just to see the marker, and then we will add the logic to center the map to where the user's location is. So as you can see, we still see the California. And then now if I move out, there you go, here's a marker indicating where I am right now, and this is exactly where I am. So the marker logic works. Well, most importantly, identifying user's location works, and then secondary, the marker logic works. So now if we want to replicate the logic for the marker in centering the map, we can copy this test block and go into the map center logic and paste it in here, with the difference that instead of returning a list, we need to return a specific object. And instead of returning an empty list, we can just create an empty object. Just like this. Let's run it again. And as you can see, the map is now automatically centered with a marker right where I am right now as I'm recording this video. So as you can see, this is very straightforward functionality. It boils down to just literally using one block that retrieves user location, and then you can just do anything you want with it in your application. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. And as always, happy codeless coding.